moment the cameras caught Luka Doncic rocking that purple and gold, the entire arena in Los Angeles went absolutely crazy. It didn't matter that they were going up against the Jazz. Fans like myself included were convinced that they were witnessing a birth of a new era. After all, this is Luka's very first game as a Laker, something I'm sure none of us thought would have been done a week ago.
I've seen a lot, but I haven't seen this.
The buzz is off the charts. Could this bold move be the greatest decision in recent NBA history, or a colossal mistake? Every seat in the arena had a Luka jersey on it. You would think this was Game 7 of the finals rather than a mid-season matchup. Before tip-off, you could sense the tension. LeBron James, the team's longtime superstar, was warming up on one end, while Luka practiced half-court shots on the other. The crowd went crazy with every make, and Twitter went absolutely crazy again the instant he cashed his first shot from near half-court in warm-ups. When the game started, Luka wasted no time showing why the Lakers traded to get him. For his first bucket, he hit a step-back three to silence the doubters. You could tell on LeBron's face it said it all. Pass after pass, each dime was more precise than the last. Luka didn't have the best start, but as far as IQ, he made the offense look effortless. The chemistry between these two stars felt almost too good to be true. But was this a strong first impression against a weaker team, or the beginning of something historic? To understand why this debut was so crazy, you have to go back to the trade that made it happen, and the move that completely blindsided everyone. The Dallas Mavericks sent Luka Doncic to the Lakers in exchange for Anthony Davis, a future first-round pick, and my boy Max Christie. It was a jaw-dropping deal that made media outlets immediately label it as the biggest trade of NBA history. Social media practically melted, with half of the fans calling this a genius idea by the Lakers, but then the other half completely hating their franchise. Or GM for that matter. But why was this such a shock? Simple. Luka was the face of the Mavericks. Not only had he led Dallas to consistent playoff appearances, which involved the finals last year, but he also was a generational star. In other words, he was the type of player you would build a franchise around, not someone you would just casually ship out for parts out of nowhere. So what possessed Dallas to do it? According to rumors, the Mavs front office was increasingly anxious about Luka's conditioning. He's known for his incredible court vision and lethal step back, but quietly, some insiders claimed he wasn't putting in the extra work to stay in peak shape. Dallas, under constant pressure to win, might have seen red flags that nobody else took seriously. This is where the real mystery sets in. If teams like Philly and New Orleans stuck with Embiid and Zion despite their health issues, why give up on Luka so soon? Some say Mark Cuban felt the franchise was plateauing. Other whispers about deeper issues, locker room friction, or dissatisfaction with the coaching strategy. Whatever the true reason is, Dallas pulled the trigger, and now Lakers have a 25-year-old superstar who's only scratching the surface of his potential. From the outside looking in, it's a dream scenario, one of the greatest ever, paired with a young sensation who's been called the less athletic but more creative version of LeBron. But anytime two ball-dominant stars join forces, questions arise. Can it work? The debut game hinted at remarkable on-court chemistry. They took turns orchestrating the offense, picking out the defense, throwing lobs, energizing the crowd with highlight plays. Yet there's a nagging concern. Historically, when multiple superstars share the same skill set, role definitions can get messy. Think about Chris Paul and James Harden in Houston. They made it work for a while, but eventually cracks appeared. Will Luka be okay with occasionally taking that back seat, especially in crunch time? And how will the 40-year-old legend feel if his touches start to dwindle? In my opinion, I think it could work. LeBron and Luka both play with Kyrie and found success with another ball-dominant player. But then again, Luka isn't Kyrie and Bron isn't Kyrie either. So how and who will play that B-player role? It's easy to be amazed by highlights. Luka's draining step-backs, Bron bulldozing into the lane, and both of them needle-threading passes like they playing on Rookie on 2K. Early in the second quarter, the two practically took turns torching the defense. When Bron checked out, Luka became the undisputed floor general, executing plays as though he's been a Laker for years. The crowd never lost his voice chanting MVP, even for the brand new face. Still, the opponent was, I get it, one of the worst teams in the league. The Jazz are in full rebuild mode, and while they have promising young players, they're not exactly a measuring stick for contenders. One solid showing against a lottery-bound squad doesn't guarantee the Lakers will have an easy route through the playoffs. It does, however, give fans a glimpse of what could be a historically potent offense. Odds makers wasted no time adjusting the Lakers' championship odds. Overnight, their chances to win a championship spiked. It's a testament to how impactful Dončić is and perceived to be, but there's a catch. The Lakers still need help in the front court, especially after sending Anthony Davis out the door. Sure, they have promising players like Jackson Hayes.
The jam by Hayes on the line by Austin. Oh, that was a spectacular play by Jackson Hayes.
But how can he do against some of the best centers in the league, especially players like Nikola Jokic? Experts argue that if the Lakers don't find a defensive anchor, especially come playoff time, all the superstar talent in the world will save them. Rumors are swirling about potential buyout candidates and mid-season pickups. Any big man with size and defensive instincts will be on their radar.
Sources told me that the Lakers are waiving Christian Wood to sign Alex Len, 7-foot free agent center. That's going to give them some depth. They've been with just one center since this failed test and since the trade deadline last week. Just Jackson Hayes. Now Alex Len, he's in his 12th NBA season. He will join them on their front line.
After all, offense is fun and it sells tickets, but you need someone who can protect the rim and get boards when needed. Even before Luka's first game, whispers suggested that certain players were uneasy about how roles may shift. Austin Reeves, a rising fan favorite, faces the possibility of fewer touches. Rui Hachimura has been trying to establish more of a consistent role, now must adapt to the presence of a generational ball handler who commands the offense. Meanwhile, Luka's personality is known to be intense. He demands excellence from his teammates and can be vocal when he doesn't get it. LeBron has been the face of every franchise he's been on since he was drafted and at 40. He might be ready to hand over some responsibilities, but a rocky stretch of losses can make a dynamic way more complicated. So far, the smiles and the celebratory high fives in the first game paint a picture of unity, but no one knows how long that will last if adversity hits. For all the hype and show-stopping highlights, there's still a giant question incoming. Is this a stepping stone to the next Lakers dynasty, or a one-way ticket to regret? If Luka and LeBron can mesh, mixing raw talent and unmatched IQ, they might create an offense we've never seen before. At best, they could dominate for years, securing another banner in the rafters. Or at worst, injuries, lack of defense, or backstage disputes could derail them. In the world of the NBA, we understand anything is possible. Regardless of the outcome, this is one of the most thrilling moves we've ever witnessed in recent NBA history. The Lakers have never been shy about swinging for the fences, and this time they've swung bigger than anyone thought possible. Luka Doncic's first game in purple and gold was a spectacle, a glimpse of what could become the league's next unstoppable force. But remember, one game doesn't write the full story. The coming weeks will reveal whether this partnership is everything fans dreamed of, or is just another Hollywood fantasy. So what do you think? Does pairing a future legend with a current icon guarantee a championship, or did the Lakers set themselves up for heartbreak? Let me know your take in the comments, and if you're curious about why Dallas pulled the trigger on this, check out my last video. We dived into the rumored behind-the-scenes drama that might have forced the Mavs' hand. You don't want to miss it.